do you?
No, not right now.
No. Podcasting, go! Guy, are you ready to do another episode of the WikiPod?
Always ready.
Thanks. What's my name, bro?
You're PJ.
Yes, and you are?
I'm Guy.
You're Guy, and you are the listener. Thank you for listening to this week's installment of the WikiPod.
Yeah.
And we might start doing bi-weekly
Oops.
because Guy's telling me that apparently bi-weekly is better for engagement, which is pretty low for us. But we're really not concerned with that. We're more concerned that you're listening, and we appreciate you, and we love you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is mostly, we're selfish people, and we're doing this for ourselves mostly because our brains are filled with too much, static and craziness.
I just realized there's a little foot pedal on the kettle drum.
Yeah, you could change the tone,
All right, so I just pressed it all the way, and it seems to be stuck.
Hold on, go ahead. And then now it's higher. Now if you push your toe forward on it,
Toe forward?
and now pull and lift up.
Oh, whoa! It's not mic'd up, so the listener probably didn't hear that, but we sure did.
They can hear this. This is pretty loud, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, this is just normal day at the WikiPod. We always have a timpani hanging around because
Is that what the name of this drum is? A timpani?
Yeah, it's a timpani drum.
Nice. Have we figured out which number this episode is?
I'm pretty sure it's 20.
20. Okay, so that's an even episode, so that means you get to pick. And by pick, what do I mean, Guy?
I hit random on the Wikipedia article tab on my phone, and it gives us a random article, and then we read it and tell you about it, so you don't have to ever read it
Or think about it.
Or think about it. It's a lot easier that way. I was listening to a podcast today called Today Explained.
Nice.
And the article today was called "The Kids Aren't All Right." It was talking about how college students can't read.
Well, I do know that there was a big problem with college football players that were being accepted to universities because of their sports acumen.
This is normal.
But because they were so good at football, they were just kind of pushed through graduation and would hide Dr. Seuss books under their beds so they could learn how to read.
Totally fine with that.
You're okay with that?
No, I'm totally fine because those they do not need. They are learn
they don't need an education.
They should get an education. Don't get me wrong.
But also they're the thing that's bullshit about college sports is they're technically not being paid monetarily. They're
not anymore. It's changed.
Thank God.
It changed. So the NCAA actually lost a court case.
Fuck yeah.
So now they get paid for their likenesses and they're able to also get sponsorships and stuff and get financial compensation for.
Well, I don't know how
abilities.
I feel about relying on sponsorships for financial compensation. I think the entity that is utilizing their labor should be the one.
Universities are able to give them money out right now.
They should.
Yes,
and
they
also,
absolutely should.
To quote hero of the pod, Dennis D. Boone of the Minutemen, fuck advertising, commercial psychology, psychological methods of selling should be destroyed. Fuck advertisements.
Okay.
Fuck, and specifically, we practice that here. Do we have any sponsors?
Not yet.
We want some though.
Yes. We want
Should we do a shout out to? There's a potential sponsor right on your hoodie right there.
Oh, Shore Style Brett, my buddy.
Shore Style Construction.
Shore Style Construction. If anybody needs to get their tile work done or anything kind of construction, he's awesome. He is the best, the coolest dude. You'll be pretty stoked having him. Yeah.
I back that.
Yeah, and he just rules in general.
Is he a listener?
I think so. Yeah, he's listened to the pod a few times.
Shout out listener Brett. Thank you.
We got to get him on actually because he's pretty interesting.
And listen, potential business owners. That's the kind of well. Wait, give me a customer testimonial. What's the last piece of work that Brett did for you?
Well, he I just see the work that he did all of his house, and I saw that. I've seen.
Well, what about for
work
you
that-
though? Has he ever done anything for you?
He helped me out in my mom's bathroom once to tear the tub up, and then he showed me how to do this. He was trying to help me get it. He gave me all the instructions and everything, so I could do it on the cheap, and save my mom a lot of money. And he
So
helped
you
me
would
with,
say you're a satisfied customer.
oh, 100%. I'm always satisfied.
Absolutely. And listen, folks, potential sponsorship purchasers, potential advertising buyers, this is the kind of testimonial you can get on the Wikipod right here. This is prime real estate for advertising. Listen, we don't have a lot of listeners, but all of our listeners are solid people that spend money.
Yeah.
You know why they spend money, Guy?
Because they're old
Because
people.
they're saving money on their podcasting dollar because the Wikipod is free. There is no paywall.
Not yet.
Not yet. We will put a paywall
Yeah,
up
absolutely.
eventually.
But it's going to be like a
Yeah.
useless one where you'll be able to find it somewhere for free. You always can find it for free.
Yeah, we're just thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
At heart.
Yeah.
So what's the episode this week? Or no, we should pick categories.
We got to pick categories.
I
No.
know that we've done this.
I got the drop stuff ready, and I was working on it today, but I didn't get it finished. So it's not. It might be in this episode.
Might be in this episode.
It might be. This
You
might be
hear
the
it-
episode.
You might hear it in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
If you didn't, Guy didn't get to it.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, Guy,
Wait, hold
it's
on.
fine.
I got an idea. Ready?
Yes.
This is how it's gonna work.
Okay.
Oh my God! How awesome was that stinger?
That stinger was sick.
Oh my gosh! It sounded awesome.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, now I force myself to do it because I
We've
have
finally
to.
done it.
I have to. Yeah, exactly.
After at this point, how many episodes have we?
I think
been
we
talking about doing
introduced
it?
the idea after the 3rd episode, so 15 or
So we've had 15 episodes air before finally, definitely.
yeah,
doing it
definitely
because we just
definitely,
heard it.
Definitely. Yeah. The thing is that I really.
Hey, maybe we can hear it again just to make sure it's there.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Ready?
There it was.
Oh man,
Once
so
again.
great sounding.
All right, so Guy, what's your category for this week?
My category for this week is, I'm thinking, I want to do swear words.
Swear words.
Yeah, like any
Nice.
bad word,
Nice.
or that could be used as a bad word, but not
Right.
it's got to, like fuck is a bad word. But,
Sure is.
So dick is not exactly a bad word, but it could be used as a bad word. So
I accidentally said that sucks while I was on the phone with my mom the other day, and I cringed. And it's happened.
because you don't like that.
This happened at where I mean I'm old now. I'm deep in the weeds of my 30s. So I don't think she really minded. Minded. Which one is it? Minded or mound? Anyway, point is,
Mound.
This conversation happened while I was at work, and it was in front of a couple of coworkers. And I got off the phone. And I was like, I can't believe I just said that sucks in front of my mom. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed of myself.
You should be.
And they were like, well, no, sucks isn't a curse word. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Yeah, yeah, it is. What do you think sucks means? And they were just like, well, if you put it that way, of course that's filthy. You just have a dirty mind. You can't think about that. I'm like, no,
That's the dirtiest. It's the dirtiest word.
I just shorthand said to my mom when she did. I think she said she saw ambulance go by or something. I said, "Oh, that sucks," implying, "Oh, mom, that sucks, dick." That situation puts penises in its mouth and fillets them. To my mother. Why would I say that?
When you say it like that, though, it doesn't sound as bad. It sounds pretty awesome.
It actually sounds scientific.
Yeah,
She would appreciate that I have the mind of a scientist.
You do.
I've
you're
squandered it on a lifetime of laziness and sloth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sure.
So your category is
Swear words.
Swear words. My category is going to be
Profanity. That's what
profanity.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's
My guess this week is mining operation.
cool.
Could be a
All right.
mine. Could be a mining company. Something that has to do with a mining operation.
Dude, I love that actually.
Mm-hmm.
I always like your categories. They're very thought provoking.
Yeah, I watched a random YouTube video that came up in my feed that was it was a guy who took a trip to Nauru, one of the smallest sovereign states in the world.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to get that eventually.
Hopefully, Nauru would be a fantastic thing, but the whole thing was like a phosphorus. It was ravaged by phosphorus mining, and they basically can't grow any of their own produce because it was like
destroyed.
Yeah, just completely over
humanity is.
Yeah,
it's,
and now
it's
there's
disgusting.
Now there's as far as they can tell, there's no more phosphorus anymore. So everybody's just obese because they eat processed foods that gets shipped in from Australia.
Sounds like America.
Yeah, and there's also a bunch of like prison colonies for
sounds like
Middle
America.
Eastern refugees that
sounds like America.
are basically exposed to the elements, and nobody does.
Is
anything
this
about
America?
It. It's Australia, which is an offshoot of America, but this is also, folks, an apolitical podcast. If you're new to the pod, thank you very much. That was dangerously close veering towards political. I was literally just talking about the island of Nauru.
So before
but I
we
don't
go,
want to talk about politics. I want to talk about whatever
our categories.
we finished talking about our categories. What you got?
So we got mining operation profanity. Before
Yes.
we go any further, I'd like to acknowledge this is a post-election. It is done. We are in a new emperor and Diddy did not kill himself yet.
We're still on Diddy watch. I was actually thinking about that on the hell drive over here where I got caught in traffic.
I'm always thinking about it.
We're in an undisclosed location. We're not in Bricktown, but I got caught in hell traffic in Bricktown. Fuck Bricktown traffic. Shouts out to Bricktown.
Yep.
Bricktown. Love Bricktown.
Capital of hardcore. Awesome place.
Absolutely. Hardcore in general, worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
Hardcore was invented in Bricktown.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hardest name you could possibly have for a town. It's not like Newark, where like the name of the city is Newark, and it's like they call it the Brick City. Bricktown is actually Bricktown. There's no other name for it.
That's it. Brick. Named
Except,
after a
like,
guy named Brick.
What, Brick Tamblyn from Anchorman?
No, a guy.
Should this whole episode just be us doing Anchorman quotes?
Well, it'd be
Hit me.
good.
Let's go quote for quote.
Oh,
Guy,
I'm
you
gonna
start.
lose. I love lamp.
Go back to your home on Whore Island.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
I'm not gonna lie, Brian. That smells like pure gasoline. Folks, sound off in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe.
San Diego.
Whale's vagina.
Yeah. All right,
Don't act like you're not impressed. This is what men do. Like, women are rightfully terrified to be alive right now.
Yeah. I agree.
It's bad. It's really in bad shape. And this election, as apolitical as this podcast can be, this election was a bad forecast on what life is going to be like for women moving forward for the next undisclosed amount of time, indeterminate amount of time.
Women, minority populations, any
pretty much anybody who's not us. And so they're probably thinking, like, what are men doing sitting around plotting against us? I mean, working class Joes like you and me, guy, we have no plan, we have no stake in this. What we do is we sit around, we podcast. This is what white people do. And also, there's like a Venn diagram. If we're not podcasting, we're quoting Anchorman back and forth.
Yeah,
at
pretty
each
much.
Other. That's pretty much it.
That it's not so much a Venn diagram. It's just a circle.
Yeah,
it's pretty much that's
what our aim is for this episode.
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hit random now.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
Alrighty.
Whammy. What do we got?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Dude, we're nailing some good ones lately. Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures.
What?
I don't know. It's amazing though.
All right. Hold on. Let me look
Ron Ward's. I guess
well,
this guy wrote a book.
Are you sure it's not Ron Burgundy?
No, it could be though.
I'm Ron Ward?
Ron Ward.
All right. Who put a question mark at the end of the Wikipedia article?
Fuck you, San Diego.
Right. Ron, W-A-R-D.
Yeah, yep.
Meadow with Tadley Pastures.
Yes, Tadley Pastures. I can't read.
Yeah, here we go. I got it. It's Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures. Ron Ward's with Meadow with Tadley Pastures. Neither of us got this right. It doesn't seem to be a mining operation, and it doesn't seem to be whatever the fuck your category. What was your category again, guy?
Profanity.
Profanity. Sorry, fuck.
I'll be saying a lot of profanity during this episode.
Absolutely. Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures is a site of specific scientific interest, SSSI. Isn't that Social Security
Yeah,
benefits?
that is. It's
That's
it's
weird
sad Social Security insurance.
Got you. So, site of specific scientific interest. It is based on the edge of Tadley in Hampshire, England. It is managed by the Hampshire and Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust. Now, white, not spelled like, the color of our skin.
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It's
Like-
white, WIGHT, which I had never seen before. Is that some British shit?
Yeah, we've been hitting a lot of British shit lately.
Yeah, fuck England.
Yeah,
This is
it's
apolitical, anti-England podcast.
there's nothing political about hating England. I mean, like, sure, they produce some pretty interesting things, but mostly they like raped, pillaged, and plundered.
Even the things that they create are kind of like stolen from other cultures and other locations.
I just like
What's one like purely British like product?
Monty Python.
Monty Python's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Wizarding World.
The fuck's the Wizarding World?
Oh, it's Harry Potter, obviously.
Yeah, but didn't she steal? Didn't renowned billionaire and transphobe J.K. Rowling and anti-Semite J.K. Rowling? Didn't she steal the entire idea?
No.
From another? Wasn't that whole thing plagiarism?
No, not at all. There was a movie that had a main character who was a young boy named Harry Potter, but like they were like.
And he had a lightning bolt tattoo on his head?
No, had absolutely nothing else to do with.
Was he raised by muggles?
No.
Am I a muggle?
Yeah, you're unfortunately.
Are you a muggle?
Probably not. I know some magic.
Oh, wow. Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me that you could just differentiate yourself from that. Name one spell.
Avada Kedavra.
What the fuck does that do?
That's the killing curse.
You motherfucker. Did you just curse me?
No,
Did you curse the listeners?
No.
There's like 40 of them. We can't do this to our listeners.
I think there's 53 now. We
Shout
got a
out
new
to
one.
our 53.
New one in Reykjavik.
Reykjavik? No
Yeah.
shit.
Yep. They downloaded the latest episode. I was like, oh wow.
We should
a good
somehow
one.
figure out who that person is and get them to listen to the Angela Rawlings episode.
That might be. Holy shit.
What if it's Angela Rawlings?
I hope it's Angela Rawlings.
Yeah?
She rules.
Yeah, hero of the pod, A. Rawlings.
Literally married a glacier.
Absolutely.
And-
Well, we don't know if they married a glacier.
She took its
or-
name.
Took
Like,
its name.
I mean, it's
took
sorta
its name
like-
so that the glacier could become the president of
God.
Iceland.
How cool would that be?
Hero of the pod and champion of humanity, in my opinion.
I agree. Angela Rawlings, happy birthday. It's late, but you were born the same day as me.
Happy
And we're friends because of that.
birthday. What song is that? That's stuck in my head now.
I don't know. I there's so many happy birthday songs that I don't know.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Angela Rawlings. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Angela Rawlings.
I don't know that.
I'm doing a playoff of Christmas rapping by the Waitresses. You
Oh.
know the song. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
Ooh,
Christmas.
it's getting close to
Merry-
Christmas time.
Well, this will probably come out either before. How's the holidays looking for you this year, guy?
Hell.
Yeah, it
Always, every
sucks.
year.
I'm getting as little involved with the holidays as I possibly can year after year because it's not good.
I'm going to buy all of my Christmas gifts off of Timo this year.
I think I'm just gonna make a lump sum donation to either Doctors Without Borders,
The
or
Human Foundation.
UNRWA, the Human Fund.
Wait, was
The
that
Human Fund.
the Human Fund?
That was the.
That was the
Seinfeld.
Human Fund? Okay, good.
Not the Human Foundation. It's
The Human
okay.
Fund.
It's
All right,
okay.
good.
Yeah. Vandalay Industries.
That's great, man.
Vandalay. Say Vandalay.
Festivus.
We're going from quoting Anchorman this episode to just quoting Seinfeld.
Which is another thing that, us, like, white dudes do.
Yeah,
in our
not a
spare
big
time.
fan of Jerry Seinfeld's comedy or his television. Just more of a fan of like his outlook on the world and his
okay.
mostly
okay,
his
okay,
dating
I get it.
habits.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, like,
Remember when he dated a child?
Oh yeah, I remember. Do you realize, like, so all right,
As a
listen,
38-year-old man, Jerry Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old.
Listen,
This is a topic of conversation that should be more normalized than it is.
I am not discussing this crap.
There's nothing to discuss. It's just a fact. I don't know what else you can add to it.
I'm just trying to, like, I love Seinfeld, the show.
The show's amazing.
Yes, and like
Here on the WikiPod, we're pro separating the art from the artist.
well, we have to because like all of our favorite art has been made by reprehensible humans.
Certainly.
It's just like almost 90% of it. And
I had to stop myself from saying before when we were talking about the best products that Britain has ever created. I had to stop myself from saying the Smiths because I love the Smiths. Morrissey, no good, no bueno,
Yeah.
no bueno.
And I love Harry Potter, but J.K. Rowling,
no
is,
bueno. Peep Show.
That was bad.
Jeremy from Peep Show, transphobe.
Oh God,
I know you can't even.
So many.
That's
British,
one of the funniest
it's
fucking
just
shows ever.
It is an excellent, like the POV show. Like I feel like it actually like I feel like that was the first show that like pretty much it wasn't on your phone, but you could watch a full episode on your phone because it was done from that perspective the whole time. Genius writing, great editing,
so
and
funny,
platformed nicely.
Super Hands.
But like England,
Super Hands tried to sexually assault me. Super Hands, sorry.
England, get your like
get your shit together.
transphobia.
Like you're not a falling
together. Like what the fuck is going on?
Like listen, at least America has an excuse. We're a falling empire. You have already fallen. You've lost your empire.
Yeah.
It slipped through your hands. You still have a fucking monarchy. Get rid of the monarchy.
Oh my gosh.
Melt down Westminster Abbey. Fuck them. Fuck them.
I think
kill
that's a
them.
great
They
idea.
killed Lady Di. They killed Lady Di.
Yeah.
On your watch, England, and then you let them get away with that. Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean,
You
like,
stole punk from New York City and claimed that you invented it. Now listen, do I love British punk from the 70s? Of course I do. Sex Pistols, great. Buzzcocks, great.
the Clash.
Clash are great.
The Clash is the Clash.
The Clash are so good.
Oh my god.
Adverts, amazing.
They're okay.
You don't know the adverts.
I don't.
They're really good. The Damned, one of the greatest rock bands of
They're
all time,
okay.
The Damned.
I'm not a huge fan of the Damned.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Most of the time, I am. Yes.
Yes. Have you listened to any of their like goth stuff, like Phantasmagoria,
Nah.
the Black Album? You would
I
love
listen
that.
to like a little bit here and there, and I
Usually-
just like I it's hard to get into it for me.
You should listen to the history of the. After we're done, after we get through this article, I'm going to play you the history of the world, and this is actually
All right.
a good motivation to get back to the article.
Okay.
Take geography away, guy.
All right, we got a subcategory here: geography. Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures covers an area of 11.3 hectares.
What the? Are we going to talk about furlongs? Is this actually?
I don't know. Listen, a hectare. We're just gonna. All right, from now on, a hectare is just like pretty much
meter.
a square. We're gonna just go with a square mile because we don't really know, and you don't need to.
Is it an acre?
It's a square mile. That's just use that as I have no idea.
How many meters is that?
It's 100 meters.
100 meters equals 1 mile.
Yep, that sounds right. Actually,
Fine, fuck it.
yeah, that actually
Fuck the
sounds
world.
perfect.
Nothing matters.
All right,
Donald
good.
Trump's going to be the president again. Like we can.
He is not the president. He's going to be the emperor.
He's the president-elect right
And
now.
then
He'll be the president. He's not going to become the emperor. Don't get carried away.
Please.
He's going to do a lot of heinous shit while he's the president, but he's not. There's never going to be an empire.
It doesn't need to be
He
an empire
lost
for it to
votes.
have.
This is an apolitical podcast. He lost votes this election.
He gained votes where it mattered.
No, he didn't gain any votes.
Yeah, he did.
If you look at proportionality, if you look at percentages, yes, he gained certain votes from certain populations, but overall, less human beings went outside of their house to vote for him than they did in 2020.
Same thing though with everybody.
And that's how the Democrats lost.
Pretty much
significantly less.
Significantly
people.
less people were just like
They also didn't
fuck
steal
this
the
country.
It
sucks.
They also didn't steal the election this time.
Oh, the Democrat. Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure if this is taught us anything. Yo,
Hey,
what's up,
Connor? Connor's picking up a thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth or fifth guest of the pod.
Our fifth guest. Just
Fifth
say hello,
guest.
Connor.
I thought this was an apolitical podcast.
Yeah,
We're
you
not
walked
talking
in
about-
at a bad time. No,
we're not
I was
talking
saying
about
that
politics.
I was saying they stole.
I was a fan.
They stole the election. Are you mad that the Democrats didn't steal the election this time around, like they did last time?
It's not
Too late.
Yo, January 6th is
January
happening.
6th.
We can have it again. We can have
Absolutely.
another January 6th. Heroes. Everybody that died on January 6th is.
Have
a
you
hero.
heard the January 6th choir Pledge of Allegiance or whatever the fuck it is they did?
No, it's amazing. It sounds amazing.
It sounds like a Gregorian chant. It sounds like it would be played
God.
at like.
Can you sing it?
It's like, oh, say
and you.
it's so gnarly.
I'm starting the
I love
next
it.
episode off with that.
Yeah, can we just add it into
Yeah,
here?
I'm gonna add it.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think it's copywritten.
It's not.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
All
bye.
right, bye, Connor.
So long. Say bye, listener.
Yeah, but listener says bye. All right. Anyway, we got the SSI is an area of improved meadows which is managed for hay production. The main part of the site is meadows, which are on the south-facing hillside, sloping down towards Honeywell Brook. The meadow sits on a mixture of bracken beds,
Sure.
lower bagshot sands,
I got some bag shots for you.
and aluminum.
I think it's aluminum.
That's a
Yeah,
bad
they
way of
say,
spelling
the
it.
British say aluminium.
Aluvinium? It's got a V in there.
Yeah, it's like the black metal version of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen,
it's like black
this
metal.
is
it's black metal aluminum. It's black
Yeah.
instead of shiny.
A truly dumb word. The
Absolutely.
opposite the meadow are two fields which form the final part of the SSSI.
Nice. All right, history. We got going into some history here. This site was given to the trust as a legacy by Ron Ward.
Thank
don't
you,
know
Ron.
who. Thanks, Ron. Don't know who you are. Hopefully, we'll get to you at some point in this article. If not, we'll just get Ron Ward's article
Fuck yeah.
at some other point down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
The area was classed in 1991 as a site of special scientific interest.
SSSI.
Yeah, they didn't add that in on
No,
this
but-
little
but-
thing though.
Yeah, it's cool. All right,
Right.
fauna.
Hell
the
yeah.
site has the following fauna. Dude, we don't have a table. We have a list.
Lists.
They're just so much
lists.
easier than tables.
We love lists. We're a pro
We do.
list.
Lists are great. All
What
right.
do you what is your notes app in your phone comprised of?
Lists.
Yep,
Lists
same.
and song lyrics and today I wrote a commercial for the store I work at.
Nice.
Yeah. So
is
like
it in list form?
no, it's in a paragraph, but I did it in my
Come
notes.
on down to Guy's store. We've got tables.
Yeah,
lists, notes apps.
No.
Cell phones, podcasts.
So it's going on the radio for B98.5.
Oh,
and
hell
so
yeah.
like they had like so they wrote their own. They had these college kids who can't read apparently, but they wrote it and it was terrible. And I was like, "Where did you learn to write?" And then I figured it out. They didn't learn.
and
to
they
write.
just were like scratching the top of their
Yeah,
heads,
yeah.
going like, "Duh."
So like I took it and I rewrote it and gave it to them, and now I sent them an invoice for $400.
Well, you've proven the truism that you don't go to school because you are smart. You go to school to get smart.
No, I don't know. Is that true?
Yes,
I didn't go to school. What am I?
you're smart. You didn't need to go to school because you're already smart.
I don't believe that for a second.
You are. You're a very learned individual, and you're very wise. Wise beyond your years. You're a young man. You're only 14 years old, guy.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yep.
All right.
In 3 more years, Jerry Seinfeld might date you.
If I could be so lucky.
Absolutely.
Mammals.
Yeah, mammals. We got roe deer, European water vole, bank vole. Is a vole like a mole?
Yep.
But it's like a black metal vole because it's a V instead of an M.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Okay. Yellow-necked mouse, European hare.
All right. Birds. We got a snipe. Pew! A Eurasian skylark. And a northern lapwing.
What's a lampwing?
A lapwing.
Lapwing. What's a lapwing?
It's like it's
We
probably
could
a
click.
bird.
All of these have their own articles. That
We're
we
not
could
going
click
to
on.
do that.
We can't do that. It
can't-
goes against the
it's-
guidelines. Yeah.
Listen, just trust me. You
I
don't
have a
need to-
list. I have the rules of the podcast in list form in my notes app. I haven't checked them in a while, and we haven't added to it in a while. But I know for a fact one of the rules is we cannot deviate from
Yeah.
the article.
Yeah. All right.
It defeats the purpose of the pod.
Yeah. Take the amphibians away.
Common frog. That's the only
Boom.
amphibian they got listed.
Invertebrates.
Nice.
We got a mother Shipton moth.
Shitting moth.
Shipping moth.
It takes big shits.
Yeah. A Burnet companion.
Nice.
A small copper.
Is that like a snake?
No, it's an invertebrate. Snakes.
Are snakes invertebrates?
No, snakes
What's
are
an
all vertebrates.
A good band called Invertebrates right now. Have you heard them?
Yeah, I actually have.
They're
Aren't they
good.
playing with aren't they playing a show in Baltimore with Painted Black?
Possibly.
Yeah, I
That
saw
sounds right.
I saw our friend of the pod, Dark.
Derek.
Derek, yeah, he posted a. I always go Dark because it's AR, but it's just it's Derek.
How do you say Super Blank Brothers video game for Nintendo?
Super Mario.
There you go. So it's the same as Mario. It's Derek.
Yeah, Derek.
It's not Mario.
Yeah.
Which is the way to pronounce. Weird that the Super Mario for us New Jerseyans is Mario and it's not Mario. But
Anyway.
everybody else named Mario. Like you know a Mario, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
everybody knows a
at
Mario.
least 3.
Yeah, and you know that his name is Mario. You don't call him Mario. Be like, hey,
No,
Mario.
I just Super Mario Brothers though.
What is up with that? Where did that come from? How
Yeah,
did that happen?
Who the fuck knows? It doesn't
Maybe
matter.
we'll come across an article where they
right.
discuss it.
All right, common blue, straw dot moth.
Hell yeah, we got several moths. I didn't know a moth was an invertebrate. So what is an invertebrate?
An
Doesn't it have a
invertebrate doesn't
spine?
have a spine. Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
have a.
so like a jellyfish.
Jellyfish are invertebrates, and so are all insects, all arachnids.
Stick bug.
Yeah, and Chalistoli.
It doesn't need
That is an invertebrate because it has an exoskeleton.
Is that why they're all hard on the outside?
Yeah, they have an
bugs?
exoskeleton.
That's what an exoskeleton is.
Yes, it's the
Fascinating.
shell. Yeah, there's like 3 parts to an exo. You have the thorax, which is the ass part, and then no, the thorax isn't the ass part. The
I think that's
I
the
can't
ass.
remember. No, it might be the ass. There's like
I was listening to a Jerky Boys call the other day, and it was Frank Rizzo, and he said it was a line that really caught me off guard
love
and made
Frank
me
Rizzo.
laugh really hard. He said, "Hey, how's it going there, barrel ass?" I don't know why barrel ass just killed me. And a thorax is a lot like a barrel ass. Anyway, so we got Flora.
we got a lot of flora.
Thank God. Well, it is a what is the name? It's a meadow. Pastures.
Yeah.
Pastures and meadows.
Yeah,
So
it
makes
should
sense.
have
There's
some.
a lot of flora.
All right, this site has the following flora. Take it away.
All right, I'll do trees and plants.
Yeah,
because
go
there's
for it.
There's only 2 trees. We got aspen and we got creeping willow.
Yeah, fucking creepy tree, man. the
Creeping
willow.
willow sounds dope, and it makes me think of the song "Creeping Death" by Metallica.
It makes me think of the first season of True Detective.
Ooh, great! Oh, that's what that tree was.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
dumb
think
bitch
it-
was tied up to.
I'm thinking it was a banyan tree actually,
Nice.
but I mean willow trees and banyan they look similar. It's the droopiness and like the creepiness. They just look like basically ghosts coming out of the ground.
What, you're saying it looks like a tree that like Tim Burton would put in
Yes,
his movie.
exactly. Oh,
Nice.
Tim Burton.
Love it. Shout out Tim Burton.
Yeah. Shout out-
Big fan. Come on the pod. You only made like 2 good movies in your entire career. but
I would argue. I'd argue like 5.
5. Okay. Well, let's go through them. So we got Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
Yeah, absolutely.
Edward Scissorhands,
Yep.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep. Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, sure.
The Caroline is really good.
Ed Wood. That's 5.
Ed Wood is hilarious.
And you called Coraline.
Coraline. I'm sorry, Coraline. Yeah.
That's how good that movie was. You couldn't even remember the fucking
I
name
just
of
don't
it.
remember things like that.
I haven't seen it. It didn't look very good. Also, didn't he like not direct that one?
No, he directed it.
I don't think he did.
Oh, maybe he didn't make it.
Well,
All
we
right,
can't look it up.
Strike it from the conversation.
Strike it from
we
the
did
record.
find
We
5.
did that- we did
easily.
find 5 that are
Oh,
good.
Sweeney Todd.
That was good.
Oh my God, it was.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I loved it. It's great.
Musicals are fucking gay. I'm not watching that shit.
All right, whatever.
And we're not a homophobic podcast. I meant it's stupid. I need to. I'm in a. Folks, Donald Trump just got reelected again. I'm reverting back to calling stupid things gay. It's a bad habit. I was born in 1988. You got to cut me some fucking slack, people. I'm a champion. Listen, you're not going to find a more liberal guy than me, guy.
It's true.
And I'm saying that jokingly. I'm not liberal. Fuck liberals. Workers of the world unite. This is an apolitical podcast. Workers of the world unite. Seize the means. Get guns. Now's the time to buy guns, right, guy?
It was the time to buy guns like 10 years ago. We still need to buy as many guns as we
Well,
can.
the lamocrats, the spendocrats didn't take our guns away yet, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, like, the Republicans are coming for our guns, too. They just
From my cold dead hands.
they're just like getting you to like what they want you to do is to focus on assault rifles. So you get like one assault rifle when you really should be getting an arsenal of all rifles.
Yeah. Just long barrel scopes. You want to put a lot of distance between yourself because I've seen a lot of people like on the internet in political discourse. This is an apolitical podcast, by
These
the way.
are all
But regardless,
apolitical takes
people,
anyway.
these are apolitical takes. We're just gun enthusiasts. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
completely
exactly.
apolitical. But yeah, if you bring a handgun to a drone fight, you're going to lose. That's why you want to get long barrel rifles with
Yeah.
scopes, so that way you can put a lot of distance between yourself and the target. So that way you're not putting yourself. You're not as exposed, and you're able to carry on the fight. The true fight that we need.
If
to be fighting right
anything,
now.
if we've learned anything from the Ukraine-Russian war, it's that the next like stage of warfare is definitely going to be drone based, and it's gonna fucking suck. And
It's like Terminator 1.
yeah,
We're gonna have a
it's
pile
like,
of
it's
skulls.
like Black Mirror. It's like the worst thing that could possibly
We're
happen.
on the worst timeline right now.
Yeah, this is the worst possible timeline.
Isn't that a podcast?
That's a podcast,
Technically friend of the podcast.
Somebody
Somebody from
Drug Church. That guy, the singer from Drug Patrick.
Patrick, shout
Kinlan.
out Patrick from Drug Church, friend of the pod, Bob Shed's co-podcast broadcaster.
Yeah.
Shout out to Axe to Grind.
Yeah.
We are the hardcore podcast, and they like to kind of like steal our thunder. That's fine. We're an actual hardcore podcast.
Well,
'cause
we're hardcore about things.
Yeah,
not
hardcore
just
history
hardcore.
with who's the host of Hardcore History?
Hardcore Bob.
Hardcore Bob.
I'm making things up right now. I'm sorry.
Hardcore history. They talk about how like Madball put out Set It Off 40 years ago at this point, and no one has been able to make a hardcore record that doesn't sound like Set It Off since. Every hardcore record's just been another version of Set It Off.
Really?
Absolutely. Have you
I've
listened to hardcore?
No.
You
I
just
don't listen to I haven't listened to Madball ever.
Have you ever? You've just been listening to like Aurora and like
Yeah, mostly Aurora, Knapsack, Get Up
Knapsack,
Kids.
Get Up
And
Kids.
when
Ghetto
I do
Boys.
listen
Wait, take sides. Get Up Kids or the Ghetto Boys?
Get Up Kids.
They're out of your fucking mind.
I'm not out of my mind.
All right, whatever.
I know what I like.
I know what you like. I'm just saying you're wrong.
Oh, well, that's your opinion. That's fine. I respect it, but
Listen, this is an apolitical podcast,
Yeah.
but we're getting pretty political over here talking about Get Up Kids versus Ghetto Boys. Listener, sound off in the comments. What do you like better, Get Up Kids or Ghetto Boys?
How about Wait, can we hear that? No, we can't hear them.
Can't hear what?
Their comments.
Let's listen. If we listen really hard. I was thinking about this the other day because I'm like losing my mind a little bit. I'm kind of going crazy. But I was thinking about what if there's like a guy who like builds a hobbyist who builds effects pedals and he does like delay loops and stuff like that. But he gets so in the weeds because I was listening to something with a lot of delay effect in it. And I was listening to it and I was like, what if there's an effect pedal that predetermines what the input sound is going to be? And it's the reverb and delay starts like creating an oscillating effect of sounds that are going to happen in the future, and it becomes a like time travel device in that it can pick up signals from the future and oscillate it into a amplifier.
You're thinking too hard about things.
And I'm not thinking hard enough. It's a pretty stupid idea, I think, actually. You're nodding your head on a podcast where we record things. The audience can't hear you nodding your head in agreement with how stupid my thought was.
I just don't.
And how I entertained a stupid idea for way too long.
I just don't want to be part of this conversation anymore.
Oh, God, I love it. I love it.
All right, anyway.
And you're
plants.
stuck because we're not done. So
Plants.
I said I was going to. We got
Go.
stuck on Creeping Willow. Plants.
Oh, hell
we got yarrow, sneezewort,
Yeah.
common bent, bugle, bog pimpernel, sweet vernal grass, false oat grass. What's an oat grass, and how do you falsify it?
Oat grass, like oats and like wheat and barley and all that stuff come from. They're actually the fruits of grass,
Okay,
which is a plant.
I didn't know that.
And so like, most grains do that. So false oat grass is probably a grass that looks like oats, but it's inedible.
You're gonna rip it up, and you're not gonna find no oats out of that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Okay, so then we got mugwort. We got mugwort. Sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, these are sick.
That sounds like
sick plants.
It sounds like something out of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
it's like,
it is.
Wait, they do? They talk about mugwort?
No, they don't. But
God
they should.
damn it, guy! You're the authority on Harry Potter over
I
here.
know. I wish that
I'm in the
had-
weeds.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the false
You
oat grass
literally-
fields. Yep, quaking grass, meadow brome, harebell, which I thought was hate breed at first. Speaking of hardcore, we got cuckoo flower, distant sedge, brown sedge, straight sedge. No, I'm kidding. I made that one up. Common yellow sedge, star sedge, the New Jersey's newspaper, the Star Skedger.
The Star Sedger. Yeah.
Star Sedger.
Completely gone now.
Yeah, glaucous sedge, hairy sedge, smooth stalked sedge, common sedge,
Why didn't they
oval
start with common
sedge.
sedge?
It seems like it would be the first go, and this isn't in this seems to, I don't know what the rhyme or reason to this list is. It's not in alphabetical order.
No, not
maybe
at
it's
all.
maybe it's whatever flora is the most common.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it gets
probably
less-
common. Yep. Okay,
less
okay.
common as you go
That
down
makes
the
a lot of
list.
sense.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
Absolutely. So where was I?
Oval sedge.
Oval sedge, pale sedge, carnation sedge, pale sage, not sedge, pale sage, common knapweed, kind of like knapsack,
Yeah.
meadow thistle, marsh thistle. I'm sorry, there's a line in The Simpsons where they move to a farm and there's nothing growing, and Marge says, "Lisa, finish your tumbleweed," and then she says, "I'm still finishing my thistle," and she has a bunch of like thistles sticking out of her mouth. Crested dog's tail, common spotted orchid, health spotted orchid, southern marsh orchid. What do you know about the group, the Orchid? You like Orchid? You're an emo guy.
The band, not really.
You don't like screamo?
I mean,
What's the difference between what's the difference between emo, screamo, and scrams?
All right. Well, so like
Okay.
Screamo and Scram are the same thing. Screamo got co-opted by like pop emo.
Who's at fault? Who do you put the blame on? Martin Shkreli?
No, what's that band that does? It's not Panic at the Disco, but the other
My Chemical
terrible band.
Romance?
No, not My Chemical Romance. They actually rule.
Fallout Boy?
Fallout Boy. Yes, they're the ones who pretty much co-opted the name Screamo.
They don't scream though.
Yeah, I know, but it like it's pretty much like when that generation that came up like associated that word with that band, and it's stupid.
Why?
Screamo and Screamo, like OG Screamo is like you and I,
New Jersey's.
all Tom Schlatter bands, pretty much.
Absolutely. So what you're saying is hardcore was invented and remained in New Jersey,
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
all of the offshoots of the roots of that tree.
Yeah,
kind of,
like
and the branches. You know.
New Jersey pretty much invented emo music.
Absolutely.
I mean,
So
like,
what? How do you feel about Midwest emo? Like American
that
football?
isn't so. Midwest emo isn't like I wouldn't consider it an offshoot of emo music because emo music came from hardcore. Then it was an offshoot of hardcore called emotional hardcore, which is emo core.
Well, that was DC, but
yeah, I know, but it made its way up here to screamo,
Yes.
which is what we started calling emo. That was like intense, like basically.
yeah, because bands like Embrace, Rites of Spring, all those groups, they kind of came out of the early '80s hardcore scene.
Yeah, so that's like-
which was intense. That was intense.
Yeah.
and the creation of emotional hardcore was sort of like dialing back on that and slowing down and being less intense.
Yeah, but also
Although you did
like,
have Guy Pistachio, what's his name? Guy
I don't know.
He was the singer of Rites of Spring. He was still screaming. He was going
Yeah.
for it on that record.
They all like it's
also,
it's,
how do you feel about? Has anybody ever called you Guy?
yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like Guy?
No, I'm Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I call you Guy?
If you want to, I'm not going to do anything about
What?
it. except
Wait, was
hate
it?
you a
Isn't the
little bit.
uniform for karate men? Isn't
That's
that
a gi, yeah.
That's a gi, but it's not spelled gi.
No, it's spelled something else. I don't even really know.
G-E-E? That's G.
Like
G Willikers.
isn't there like a type of butter called ghee?
That's Indian butter. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all that.
But I think that's spelled Ghiie or something like that. I don't fucking know.
I don't
Let's
fucking
go
know.
on with the flora. Field
orchids.
horsetail. You
Yeah.
want to take it from here, guy?
Sure. We got red fucus.
It's fescue. Fuckus. All right, I get it. You don't want to read this. I'll take it. over.
Meadow sweet, snake's head, fritillary.
Whatever.
Yeah. Cut leaf, cane bill. What
Okay.
the fuck? Why is there so many dashes in that word?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Dyer's greenweed.
Dyer's Eve, Metallica.
Oh, okay. Metallica, best record, Saint Anger.
Easily.
I was listening to it earlier. It is amazing.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah. What is it? Wait, my death, my life.
Lifestyle
Styles
determines my death style. My lifestyle determines my death style.
I think you sent me a YouTube video of that being played over and over again without like in one key. So it's just my lifestyle determines my death style. My lifestyle determines my death. Like no.
That's when I'm having like a severe like mental break and I'm just sort of panicking alone in my apartment and just pacing back and forth. That is usually what I'm doing. I'm just going, my lifestyle determines my death style. My lifestyle determines my death style. And I'm like crying and naked and like rubbing oatmeal on myself because I'm like, I think my skin's falling off.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You should try some false oak weed.
False oakweed.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We got snake's head or whatever we got there. Yorkshire fog,
Nice.
marsh pennywort, cat's ear, yellow iris, field scabious,
Scabious.
bitter
Scabious.
vetch, meadow vetchling, oxeye daisy,
Hell yeah.
common birdfoot terrifoil,
Sure.
greater birdfoot terrifoil.
It's trefoil. There's
Don't
no terror.
care.
Nice.
Field wood rush, ragged robin. No, is it ragged robin? Ragged robin.
Ragged robin or ragged robin. It sounds like a game that school children would play.
Yeah, yeah.
But like a mean-spirited one that you get in trouble for if the adults find out you're
absolutely.
playing. It's like, oh, you want to play ragged robin? And it's just like, ooh, we're gonna get in trouble if they catch us doing that.
Yeah, that's
Seems like a bullying thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put your hand here and we whack it until it falls off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It seems like something the big kids would take the small kid and be like, hey, we're going to play Ragged Robin. It's like, what's that? And then they just throw rocks at the kid.
Yeah. Purple moors grass, wood melic, hemlock water dropwort,
Sure.
adder's tongue, green-winged orchid, common lousewort.
Sounds horrible.
These are terrible plant names. Ribwort plantain.
Plantains.
It's not a real plantain, trust me. I guarantee you that is something disgusting.
I want some plantain chips.
I
That'd
do.
be
I
delicious.
love plantain chips. I
We're
love fried
pro-
plantains.
We're pro
Oh, so
plantains
good.
here. Shout out plantains. You're
plantains.
delicious.
Tormental, cowslip. So, cowslips.
What do you know about cowslips?
I read. I always reread this book because I really love it. It's Richard Adams' Watership Down, and it's about rabbits that are on a meadow in an English meadow, just like this. So the rabbits probably know more about these than I do.
Do you think Watership Down took place on wherever the fuck it is? I've already forgot the name
It took
of
place on Watership Down. Well, they went from the. I can't remember the name of they were on.
Was it
one meadow.
Ron Ward's Prairies?
No, but it did have an interesting name. It was some other kind of meadow. They had a name for it. But so what they would do is they would go out and they would search for these things called cowslips because apparently rabbits love them. They're delicious. And if they found a cowslip, they were supposed to go to the owsla and give that to the owsla so they could eat it because the owsla is the upper ranks of the rabbits.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what they called them in the book.
Fair enough. I mean, that's probably. I'd hate to be a rabbit anthropologist because you'd have to like burrow into those little tunnel systems.
Yeah.
And the only thing I've only seen the movie once, Watership Down, but from what I remember, I got a severe sense of panic from when they were describing how the rabbits were like trying to escape the sills or whatever the fuck, and they like just got trapped underground and like got that fucked me up.
Those
permanently.
part like that. So like seeing
That's a
visually,
nightmare,
the movie itself is phenomenal. I think the cartoon is phenomenal because it gets the point of the book very for the most part. It puts the point of the book out very well without like ruining the story too much. But like I would say that like you should read the book because the book is much more enjoyable on like every level because it's less like the movie to me gets the stress of being a rabbit down, like the nervousness.
Yeah, I
and
felt
everything else.
panicked the entire time. Yeah,
It gets that because that is the life of a rabbit. But like in the book, they spend so much more time like on the history and they make I mean, all this is fictional, but they have like history. They have stories. They have like their whole ancient lore about the there's stories about their god, which is Frith, Lord Frith, and stories about Hazel Ra. Well, Hazel Ra was the main guy. It was Elahera, which was his name. It's just like.
Should we start worshiping these
I want
made-up
to.
deities?
Just
rediscover.
I'm getting goosebumps talking about this book because I love the book.
This means
so
a lot
much.
to you. I can tell.
It's one of my. It's definitely like it's a top 5 book.
Hell yeah.
And I recommend everybody reading it because
The other top 4 are the 4 Harry Potter books.
No.
There's only 4 of those, right?
There's 7.
Ugh. Ew.
I would put
Why?
the Harry Potter series in as one complete work as one of my favorite.
So you're saying it was a work? It wasn't real. She pulled the wool over everybody.
Oh, it's definitely real. Magic is real.
Magic is real.
I
will
went to
cop
go see
that.
the Harry Potter play in New York on Sunday.
Was it all 7 books into one play?
No, they have she wrote a play that takes place when Harry's older. It's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Voldemort apparently has a child in that a secret child that nobody knows about.
Is the child cursed with body dysphoria, and when the child's a teenager, they get brutally picked on and punished by people like J.K. Rowling?
No, but the child, there is a case for the child being bullied because they are the child of Voldemort. They have to hide it, and they feel like this, and then they become evil because of the hiding.
Is Voldemort a man?
Yeah, but has split his soul so many times that he has disfigured himself to the point where he's less human and more just a broken soul. There's a lot of this is not a Harry Potter or a Richard Adams podcast.
This is also an apolitical podcast.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with politics.
Also, we're talking about cow slips, and it reminds me of the group Cowsills. You know the Cowsills?
Yeah, I do know Cowsills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Gave me
All right.
lead with hair, long, beautiful hair. All right, so we got cow slips. We got common fleabane.
Yeah.
Meadow buttercup.
Ooh, that sounds
great
good.
yellow cress, common sorrel, greater burnet, sawwort, betony, lesser stitchwort, devil's bit scabious, goat's beard. That sounds fucking.
That is
most
cool.
of this shit sounds like heavy metal bands.
It is.
Goat's
It's
beard,
pretty much.
Yeah, red clover, marsh arrowgrass, marsh valerian,
Ooh, that's
Germander speedwell. That's
That's
like
just a car.
that. It sounds like a car or a metal band. Harry Tear. Harry Tear sounds like the drummer of fucking Germander Speedwell.
Yep.
Narrow-leaved vetch, common vetch.
There we
and that's
go.
it. That's
the
we're down
list.
we got down to references.
Yeah, and not too many references. We got Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures, Protected Planet.
Nice. And then we got Visit Ron Ward's Meadow at www.visitit.com.
ABC, these are like pre-citations on this one. It says ABCDEF, cite Ron Ward's Meadow with Tadley Pastures, Natural England.
Nice. And then we got 1A, Pamber and Tadley Plantations and Heath, PDF, Hampshire County Integrated Character Assessment.
Restricted Access Natural Reserves, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust, www.hiwwt.org.uk.
Nice. And then for 6, we got A and B. Ron Ward's Meadow, Tadley, 25th May 2014, Reading and District Natural History Society.
Flora News, Autumn 2009, PDF, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust.
And lastly, we got external links, Hampshire and Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust. This was last edited 3 years ago by guy who edited it.
Aucus Ruckus.
Aucus Ruckus. All right,
Yeah.
Thank you, Aucus Ruckus. We got related articles. We got the Winnell Moors British Nature Reserve. We got the Noy Lindsay Nature Reserve. And we got Ashford Hill NNR. And that's another episode of the Wikipod Down. Guy, what have we learned today?
We learned a lot of nothing.
That's fine. We learned about this fucking Ron
We
Ward.
got a bunch of lists with not much information. It was pretty cool. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was awesome because, I saw Tadley Pastures, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It sounds very British.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then it was, just like most British things, it was, slightly interesting and more disappointing.
Yeah, well, it was disappointing, but at the same time, I feel like we're not beaten up at the end of this one. I'm still feeling relatively fresh.
I'm kind of happy,
This
it
was a good episode, dude. This was a good article, I should say.
I really can't wait till we get a book that either one of us has read, and we get to really,
any sort of topic that we actually do have any sort of pre-knowledge of would be fantastic. I actually was talking to a listener. I can't remember specifically who it was, but they were questioning whether or not we actually pick random articles.
Why? Because we get some of this stuff,
why
right?
would we? How do you think we pre-planned this? Have you listened to a single episode of this?
Yeah, it would be impossible to do this episode the way we it would be impossible to do this show if we pre-did
how could
it
we
would sound
pre-plan
so.
If I pre-planned this out and it came out the way it did, I would want to fucking kill myself.
I know,
'cause there'd
it would
be
be so
so
disappointing.
much work would go into this. Then so much more work.
So much work, and then it would still sound like shit.
It doesn't sound like shit. This is a great this is Power Positive Thinking, guy. This is a fantastic podcast. And
I agree.
listener, thank you for listening to another award-winning episode of the Wikipod.
Yeah, bye.
Wikipod!